Mr. Abhaya Kumar Srisrimal, Chairman, LifeCell International Private Limited. He is an alumnus of the Department of Chemical Engineering from ACTech. Today, he marches with excellence and to mold the next generation entrepreneurs to be world-class, integrated, innovative, efficient, and effective with values. His diversified profile shows us that he's been a part of many major milestones to different projects, which has brought him a lot of achievements and recognitions today. Notably, under his leadership, Shasan Group of companies' sales have crossed 1 billion USD in his leadership. Apart from his rich corporate profile, his love for art and sport has encouraged him in many ways personally. Our chief guest has won many entrepreneur awards. To mention a few of his innovative projects will be high precision lenses and optics for space and defense sectors, India's first CNC robotics manufacturing company, and manufacturing of innovative nanotechnology products using green nanotechnology concepts. With this, I welcome our chief guest to address the gathering.
Hello.
Can we welcome him with a round of applause, please?
Respected dignitaries of the dais and some of my gurus, Professor Rajendran and others are here. And Mr. Sivaram Pillai, guest of honor, Joel, and others who are present here. Mr. Ilangovan and Vidya Shankar is also here. Standing before you, I really feel, getting into the nostalgic memories of my college days here from 1970 to 75. I remember I have never had my Marwadi lunch coming from my home. I have never eaten myself. It has always been eaten by the others who came before me and finished up my lunch. And many a days I used to be hunger or go to the canteen and eat. The kind of fun and the kind of learnings we have had was phenomenal. And some of the experiences which I want to share with entrepreneurs. In 1970 when I joined, I had made up my mind that I'll be starting an industry in 1975 after my education. That was the basis. So Genesis, the seed was sown at that time itself. And I used to be always the last bencher, drawing up my, factory drawings and trying to give some names also. And I ensured that between 1970 and 75, 4 years, I used to go to one industry on the summer holidays, write to them in the month of December itself that I will be coming for internship in April. Because those days no emails or no messages was very difficult. So you'll have to write a handwritten letter. So you post it. The post will reach after 1 month. So that is the efficiency of our post office. And by the time they reply and come back, luckily I used to plan in such a way that at least by March, April, I should get a confirmation that I can go and work there. So that was, a constant drive to see that I learn and work in a chemical industry. So I, went to starch, glucose, liquid glucose, dextrose, paper industry, chemical industry. And this was never stoppable. Is it audible, clear? Yeah. And then after 15 days of 20 days of internship or there, I used to take a backpack and buy 100 rupees ticket. So those days, I don't know, today it must be 100, those days it was 50 rupees. Bharat Yatra. 1 month you can go in any train in India. One unreserved compartment, get beaten up and get to learn how to deal with public. So that used to be my routine. And if I write a letter from Bombay to my parents that I have reached Bombay, I am well, that letter will reach after I come back. So the parents and all would be in complete dark as to what he is doing, where he is doing, what he is. That's the kind of independence we had. So, we knew how to learn to fight. how to survival, how to survive in the most difficult atmosphere, we learned. And that training of those days really helped me when I started the industry. So that is how, I ensured that I put myself through all the rigorous way of learning how to start an industry, how to manage an industry. And you must be wondering why this Spider-Man 3 is here. So I'll tell you my journey as to, why Spider-Man 3 photo is here. So before I want to give you a small gist. I don't know how many minutes I can talk. I assume it must be for 10, 15 minutes. Yeah? So people think that, people with very high, rich funding only can start an industry. In those days, it was a seller's market. Today, it is a buyer's market. So, situation between 1970 and 75 when I started the industry, there was no industry at all. And I became the first pharma industry to start in Tamil Nadu. API manufacturing. And it was also incidental. I wanted to start liquid glucose, dextrose, or dyes and pigments. But my mentor, Mr. Tyagarajan, said, I have started a pharma factory in Hyderabad. Why don't you start the similar one? And that's how I started pharma factory here. I just followed him because I knew if I say no, my father will not give me money. So the total money I went and asked my father was 5 lakhs. Of course, 5 lakhs those days was quite big. So my father said, I don't have 5 lakhs to give it to you. So, negotiation started. So I finally cajoled him and convinced him that he should give me 3 lakhs. And I said, I'll keep my company's name after father and mother. So that's how the name Sashun came. Shankarlal Sundar. And 3 lakhs, total requirement was 5 lakhs because TIC was giving 11.5 lakhs and I needed another 5 lakhs as my equity capital. So 3 lakhs was given and the 2 lakhs was, I had to go and search for my father's friend who finally agreed to give the 2 lakhs. And for the 2 lakhs, we gave 40% of our Sashun. Because for 3 lakhs when you take, you are supposed to take only for 60%. So we didn't know about, startup, or we didn't have those fancy words of P funding or seed funding. Those days it was not there. How to value a company or how to, sell your shares at a higher value. All those culture was not there. And we called Union Minister for Electricity as the chief guest for a function for the first factory which I started in Velachery. Because power was not available. They said they will not give you a power connection. So I said, if the minister is coming, and the day the minister was coming, they gave the power connection. I'm just trying to tell the youngsters the kind of patience, the kind of struggle we all have undergone to set up industry here. Today, you don't, everything is electronic, you move through single window clearance, you get your clearances faster, electricity is available. But imagine the days when we had to struggle for everything. But we were very lucky. We were in the seller's market. So whatever we could produce was getting sold. Because there was no other manufacturer. But we were not getting the right price. We were selling Ambassador car at a Mercedes-Benz price. But today, the youngsters have to sell Mercedes-Benz at an Ambassador car price. I don't know, they may not know what is Ambassador car also. we have struggled with the Ambassador car, Model 1, Model 2, Model 3, Model 4 with no changes. Only the model number will change. That's the kind of innovation we used to have. But today, as he rightly said, Ilangovan has given very good tips about what struggles you will have and what can change. So my father came from a very small village from Maharashtra, settled down here in 1932, and then I studied here, AC Tech, married in 1975 because being a Marwari, my father used to, ensure that the day I finished my college, I was writing my last exam in April, and May 3rd I got married. So he ensured that I don't go out of Chennai or India. Got married, and then I didn't know. He was giving me a stipend of 300 rupees or those days, monthly maintenance. Of course, food and all he was providing. I was staying with him. But then it was very difficult for my wife to be, even I can't even take my wife outside. So I took a course in SISI for entrepreneurship where they said they'll give 500 rupees a month. I said, okay, let me do that. So I took that, started, and then I put up a project report. Even to make a project report, you have to have handwritten, or you have to type individually. I mean, those days, once you make a mistake, again you have to retype. Oh my God. Those were the days how we prepared project reports, and all went to my father and said, I want to start an industry. And he said, in our ancestors, we have never started a factory. We don't know how to start a factory. So you go and meet Tyagarajan. That's how the whole story of my getting into pharma came. And I have 3 children, 5 grandchildren now. First generation industrialist, like any startup, I'm a first generation industrialist. So now, I mean, over the period of 49 years, from 76 to now, so 48 years I have been in the industry, starting from pharma. I'm glad to tell you that today we have 8 pharmaceutical industries in India, 8 outside India, with a revenue of more than 10,000 crores, mostly exported. My first project in 1972 when I was a student here was a haircutting salon. And that became such a big success. And people used to stand in queue for a haircut. That was the Abdul Kalam's step haircutting. Then printing. I mean, now in 2004, when the family decided that we should get into managing the ownership and not owner managed. So we said that we will get into back seat and give the professionals to run it. And that is the time I became jobless. So my daughter had started a factory in 2000 for animation. And she was doing animation and digitization of all the catalogs for the Indian industry. So she allowed me to take over her business, and she went to do her MBA. So I didn't know anything about it. So I said, okay, I will take your business to Hollywood. So I had a good friend of mine, Barry Osborne, the producer of The Lord of the Rings. I knew him through one of my friends' contact in LA. Met him. He said, okay, I'll give you a few shots. He gave us. But I'm sure I didn't want it to fail. So I brought 3 Oscar Award winners from America, brought them here to Chennai. I said, you do the work and give it to them. They didn't know that it was being done by the Americans here. They thought it was coming from Chennai. It came from Chennai. And they were flabbergasted. They said, oh, you have done such a wonderful job. We'll give you more. Then they gave the whole movie, Spider-Man 3, entire Spider-Man 3 was done here in our studio. So now lifestyle has diversified. At the same time, this is April 1st, 2004, I cannot forget. I had my first meeting with Barry Osborne. April 2nd, I was in Tampa trying to get the stem cell to be brought to India. So again, it was, like Peter Thiel always says that, startups or entrepreneurs have to always think in terms of 0 to 1. What do you mean by 0 to 1? 0 to 1 is something what is not available, is brought for the first time in India. Like stem cell research, stem cell preservation was not in India. It was prevalent outside. And that's why I became the pioneer. And today I'm glad to tell you that after 20 years, LifeCell is one of the top storage company, research company. The kind of work we do in the stem cell research is phenomenal. So it has become one of the world's biggest company. Education institutions, ITAs. I mean, then, in 2004, I realized that I'm not a serial entrepreneur, I'm a parallel entrepreneur. I can run 6 industries at the same time. And that's how I invested. From 2004 to 2007, I would have started 14 new industries. VFX, animation, then I sold my animation company to Sony Pictures. After Spider-Man 3, they said, no boss, we are not releasing the movie. This is in 2007. I said, why? I thought you were going to give us more work. Having done a good job for Spider-Man 3, they said, no, we want to buy you over. I said, I never thought that Sony will buy my small company. I said, I don't want to sell. They said, no, we'll double your offer. I said, okay. When they doubled the offer, I said, okay, go ahead. So that's how I sold it to Sony, and then API. My current new ventures are nanotechnology, where we have the patent rights, and we have a global patent made for green nanotechnology. We make gold, silver, copper, platinum into nanoparticles through green nanotechnology. This is not our invention, but the invention was done in University of Missouri, and we bought over the complete patent rights. Artificial intelligence for defense, robo manufacturing company. And I'm telling you, in 2020, an entrepreneur approached me when the corona was there, said, I can make a robo. I said, fine, make a robo, but who will visit and who will see? What's your capability? Because you can't even move. He said, okay, no, but then there was a requirement from the aircraft industry that, passengers, before the next passengers go into the aircraft, they have to disinfect the entire thing. I said, okay, I'll take up that job. I made a robo which can go between the aisle and disinfect the entire aircraft and come. And we were using silver nanoparticles for that. Some of the aircrafts used it, but then suddenly the government realized that it has to be alcohol based. And ours was water based. But more powerful than the alcohol-based disinfectant, which is more dangerous for an aircraft industry. But somehow we couldn't do it, but at least the robo was made. And this robo, then we said that why not we use it for making our technology for making it into CNC machines. So we made a robo for CNC machine, and commercial production has started from 2022. After 1.5 years struggle, and then next 6 months of learning. And the first customer teaches you a lot of this, a lesson which you must learn, that when you go, you don't wait for 100% perfect product to happen. Give it to the customer will tell you all the flaws, customer will tell you to improve upon it, and keep on working towards perfection. So perfection is a journey, not a destination. So whatever you do today, there can be further improvement tomorrow. So Apple iPhone, if they have started, if they are stuck to 0, they would not have brought the Apple 15 or 16. So there is a constant, sir, vanakkam, I didn't see you, Ramaswamy sir. So this is a journey which is what you should continue to put your products in, keep improving upon it. And then vertical farming, big pharmaceuticals, now biopharmaceuticals. We were the first one in 2000 to work on the biopharmaceuticals and introduce streptokinase, the recombinant protein drug, where we have become India's only manufacturer. Even in API, we have always kept a policy that we will be the world's biggest and nothing less than that. So in ibuprofen, today we are the world's biggest manufacturer. At least in 10 drugs, I can tell you that we are the world's biggest. And of course, a lot of awards. 2003, I was given the Ernst & Young Award. A lot of Tyagarajanji is my friend, philosopher, guide, and guru. So Srisrimal Group chairman, who's given more than $1 billion for the trust for his employees. So this is a kind of he always encourages me. And one example of transformation I thought I should share it with you, which happened. One of the, I always encourage students to come and discuss with me and entrepreneurs to see what the ideas they have and how I can help them. So most of the time I tell them that if you have the idea, we have the money. If you have the money, we have the idea. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the idea, what do? We have a chair for you, come and learn entrepreneurship. So the idea is to encourage new entrepreneurs, new ideas, and guide them. And this is where Ramesh, when he called me and said that we want you to be a speaker here, I said immediately agreed, because I said I need some audience to hear me also. So example of transformation, an entrepreneur came to me in 2007 and he said that he wants to start a new industry. I said, what's your qualification, this, that and all. And then he said, MBA. I said, MBA is a post qualification, but what's your basic? So he said, computer science. So computer engineering he had done and he had gone abroad, he has come back and then immediately 1 week before that, an engineer from Bangalore had come to me in 2007 saying that I have an idea but I don't have a person to start. So here there was a provider, there was a receiver and then I was the financier. So I said, okay, I'll bridge the gap, and the total money required was $1 million. So $1 million that time was 44 rupees. So total money required was 4.4 crores. And we said, okay, we'll start so we created a special purpose business. And funding was done through, I said, okay, we'll divide the 4.4 crores into 10 equal parts of 44 lakhs. And let's find 10 people who will invest. So I said, I'll be the first investor. What about the person who is going to start? He agreed for 2. So we had to find another 7 investors. I telephoned to all my friends and all of them agreed that yes, in 2007 they'll invest 44 lakhs. So I asked them to send 11 lakhs each. So got the 11 lakhs each from them. Started with 1.1 crores and started the special purpose business. Proof of concept was established. Then after 2 years, a venture capitalist came and he valued the company and we unfortunately gave 33% of the company to them. We had just begun the work and we were getting around 4 crores, 5 crores revenue and he gave 15 crores for 33%. He said, okay, let's take the money and let's run. So we started with that. Why I am telling you all this is entrepreneurs who are listening, you must know how to dilute your equity and keep running the company. Because if you want to be 100% owner of a company and not dilute your equity, you will not be able to grow faster. So we diluted our equity. Even Lifestyle, I had went through a lot of struggle, brought my equity down to 55%. Then I purchased them back after 2 years. Today we are 100% owners of the Lifestyle. Similarly, this company established market and created an enterprise out of it. In 2016-17, it had become a huge enterprise, doing a revenue of 300 crores with an EBITDA of 70%. That's that was in Chennai. This is Chennai-based company. And after 2.2 crores, we stopped getting the money from the investors. And the investors, curiosity, the first thing the investor asked is the factory running or closed? இல்லை கம்பெனி மூடிட்டு தான் மூடலப்பா ஓடின்னு இருக்கு நல்லா ஓடின்னு இருக்கு எதுக்கு நீ மூடுற இந்த மாதிரி the confidence level was less, but then we ensured that the money is available. So the value creation happened. So investment of 2.2 crores in 2007, you can Google it and check. This is called Visionary RCM. We sold it to Carlyle. We sold in 2017 for 475 crores. So why I am saying this is entrepreneurs have to believe in themselves. Entrepreneurs have to see that they struggle and make an enterprise out of a small business. Where exactly you should dilute, where exactly you should open the market. This became successful because only we were able to get the market opened up because of my wide contacts in America. I was able to get the doors open for them. This is my social front. I don't want to bore you with this, but this is my saying that I was not born with a silver spoon, but I was born with a golden tongue. So I had my friends who were very rich. Actually, you can, Mutsam is here, you can tell in our classmates we had chairman of Simpson, Rajendran, you must be knowing about it. He was our guru there. So I mean, these students, they're so rich. And I was coming with a rubber slipper or a ordinary shoe. They would take me to Gymkhana. One day didn't allow me to Gymkhana club because I was wearing a rubber slipper. Then, we had to change, wear shoes. So I had to struggle through my life and ensure that. But they used to take me because I was able to communicate well, I was able to talk well. So I had a lot of handicaps. See, everyone, God, when He created the universe, I always believe that, He ensured that 67% or two-thirds of the earth is made of water, one-third is made of the Mars. Similarly, our body is made of water, H2O, and the rest of the body mass. Life, when He created also, God ensured that I should give two handicaps to everyone. It can be height, weight, color, crooked nose, எல்லாம் என்னென்ன பர்சனல் ட்ரேட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கோ ஏதாவது ஒரு குறை வச்சுட்டு கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. ரெண்டாவது குறை சோஷியல் குறை கொடுத்துட்டாரு. ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கியா, ரொம்ப ஏழை வீட்டில் பாரு, இதில் குடிகார அப்பா, இந்த மாதிரி ஃபேமிலி, பிரதர்ஸ், சிஸ்டர்ஸ், வேர் யூ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் கண்ட்ரோல். Your name itself is not under your control. Your name has been given by somebody else. We always think that we have control on everything. We don't have control on anything. We have to live. So, my theory was that every man who is born or every human being has handicaps. Don't think that it's a personal trait and keep, repenting or keeping feeling sorry about it. இல்லை இந்த மாதிரி கடவுள் கொடுத்துருந்தா நான் இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணியிருப்பேன். These are all, excuses we give for ourselves to console ourselves. What you have to do is to fight for it and make a history and make an opportunity and create being successful. So this is what handicap to opportunity. I have had various handicaps in my life, but I have converted every handicap to opportunity. If you are saying that I am successful today, it is only because I have converted every handicap to opportunity. So I have written a book on that. So go through it. And this was in Hindi, but it only says that what is possible, attempt it. And what is impossible, think that you can do it. Think that it is possible. And work towards it. Nothing is impossible in life. We just have to make up our mind to see that we overcome all the difficulties and make it a successful. And always be attentive and issue others and try to help others. See, now I have made a policy that between 9 and 5 I don't touch my phone. I am in the listening mode now. I listen to people, I listen to the problems, I listen to the ideas, and see that how I can convert that into a business opportunity. And have some disciplines for yourself, because phone is your slave and not you are the slave of the phone. Be charitable and focus on values and not valuables. Build up your character. People say that, what will happen to my AI will come, this will come, that will come, what will happen to me, I will not have a job. But Swami Vivekananda rightly said that build up your character first. If you have a good character, the smell of the character will attract the right forces towards you. And never start a project when you're 100% sure. What happens? 100% sure is the success I want. That means what? You're closing your mind for receiving other ideas. 2, your ego goes up, and you become so arrogant that whatever I say is right. With that attitude, you can never succeed. I'm telling you, if you're 60, 70% sure of the project, start it. Then leave it to God. I make 30% my partner as a God and tell him, please handle all the problems. Successful have a responsibility to be healthy, so please take care of yourself. I was just checking my phone. as to how many steps I have walked from morning. You'll be surprised that I have completed 8,500 steps already. So, you have a responsibility to take care of your health also. Of course, 0 to 1, I've already told you. And these are the 7 principles which he says 10x better. If there is a player in the market, then the new product should be 10x better and better by 20%. Like Google. Timing, are you entering at the right time? Market monopoly. Instead of chasing small pie in the large market, would you be able to become a monopoly in small segment? Think of that. And this is what I have been doing. Whatever products I have started in the last 48 years, IT years, animation, we have been the first and the pioneering. I was surprised that, Tatas and TCS or other computer giants were not in the animation field. When I started in 2000 and became the most successful, distributor sales, durability, can this business continue for 10 to 20 years? Do you have a secret to succeed in the venture? Keep it to yourself and see that, that secret makes it a success. So thank you very much. I really appreciate the time you have given.
Thank you so very much.